Hi, I'm Kristen May, and welcome to Maylovelight. On my YouTube channel, I like to talk about mindfulness and how it impacts my life, as well as sharing things that I've learned along the way. I hope you join me on this journey. I was inspired to talk about fear by Lizzo's Instagram live video with her doing a meditation to focus on love and removing of fear. During these times, they're very stressful. We have a pandemic on our hands, which is very serious, and a lot of fear can definitely feed into it. And working with mindfulness definitely helps you to manage the different emotions that might come up, one of them being fear. Over the years, I have noticed a decrease in the things that I used to be afraid of. It is definitely a games of the mind, different things that I thought were huge. As I deepened in my practice, these were these things I thought were mountains, and as I deepened my practice, it turned out these were things that were like anthills. So it's really like shifting your perspective. Recently, someone asked me what I was most afraid of. I thought about it, and my answer was letting my mom down. Like, wow. And then when you're working with something that you're afraid of or fear, you have to ask yourself why. Like, why am I afraid to let my mom down? I feel like she sacrificed a lot for us to be here, or for me to be here. Why is that? Like, she uprooted her family, left Jamaica to come to America. Her and my father, both of my parents are from Jamaica. So why is that important to me? I feel like because she worked so hard to give us the life that she didn't have, there's a part of me that feels like I need to live up to all the things that she wanted. But then I had to realize, I had to change my perspective and see that it's really like it's my story, not my mom's. As much as I love her, and yes, I've done amazing things, I still am her daughter, and I still want her approval. So I just reflecting about those things made me see that I need to live my own life. But there's still a tiny voice in the back of my head, and that tiny voice is really self-doubt. And there are times, like last year, I facilitated workshops at 2 conferences, and leading up to those conferences, I had that little voice come in that would say things like,
"Are you qualified to teach
or
this? You should have gotten your master's."
And it just would be like a gnat, like a bug just flying by your ear, and you just don't want to hear it. But when you have those moments of self-doubt, it's like you're having this like internal dialogue when that little voice says, no, you shouldn't do that, or are you really qualified to do that? You can overcome it by saying, no, I am here for a reason, and this is what I'm meant to do, and push through it. Fear does serve its purpose. Like, there are times where it will keep us safe. Like, we don't want to do something because you want to kind of like that self-preservation. But there are times when you have to really evaluate it. Like, is this something really that's going to hurt me, or is it perceived danger? Is it something I think will hurt me, but not really? Like, this is something I need to step out of my comfort zone and do. Like, another thing that absolutely terrifies me, stand-up comedy. It's just the fact of creating these jokes that you think are funny, and then you go and you're gifting this audience like, please laugh at my jokes. And if they don't laugh, oh my gosh, and if they do laugh, then you're like, yeah, I'm a rock star. So it's just, and this is something like real life, that is something that I want to do, is try stand up. Working with fear The reason I say working with fear is no matter how much we try to act like it's not there, there are times where you have to face it head on. And there are times where you can really change your perspective. Like, hey, I see that this is something that I am afraid of, but why is that? Like, you need to ask that question of why and kind of do that self-evaluation. Why? Why do I feel like I'm gonna let my mom down? Why do I feel like I have to seek her approval? Why? Why? And then eventually I get to the point where, like, wait, this is my story. It's not my mom's. But I still have, of course, I still love her, respect her, but I have to make my own decisions. Like, I want to be a mindfulness coach. I am a mindfulness coach. Something else that I have a fear around is taking my mindfulness coaching and creating a business. Like, I want to do that. I want to do privates. I want to do workshops. I want to bring the experience of meditating at a retreat, but for shorter times for people who can't go to a 10-day retreat. I want to do all these things, but who's standing in my way? Me. I am. And I am aware of it. That's the thing. When you start, when you work so hard with your practice, you start seeing things as they really are. And you're like, wait, what am I afraid of? The unknown. That's a big one. The unknown. So big. All of us, I feel like we can relate to that. We want to know everything. We want to know, like, what the outcome is going to be before we do it. We want to know all these things, but in reality, there are times when you just don't know, and it is terrifying, but you got to work with the unknown. Therefore, you're working with that fear of the unknown instead of, like, overcoming it. So I rather say working with fear. And then fear can be labeled as all these different things. Fear wears many disguises. And you start to see what it truly is, and then you can really move and navigate your way through it. Thank you so much for tuning in to May Love Light. Till next time, work with those fears and don't let the fears work you.